Hey, what's shaking, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of, you guessed it, Jay Straight Up Reviews and more. Okay, so now we have the new Bose speaker going up against the almost newest Soundcore Boom 2. Now the Boom 2 has a custom EQ, as does the Bose. Now I'll show you what I'm going to run. It can get a little, if you try to push too much bass on this, and I have their EQ, their extended EQ to 48 hertz. I have it boosted up a little bit, the upper mids and highs a little more than that. If you really try to push too much on that EQ, it can get some distortion out of that. I mean, it's a small speaker, so you don't push it too hard. And as far as the Bose knows. I've got, in their custom EQ, I just bumped the bass down one notch. Now, if you watched other videos I've done, it can get a little distorted sounding if you push too much bass. Even with it flat at max volume in some tracks, it can start sounding sketchy. So I've just lowered it down one because we have this today cornered style. You're going to get some reinforcement from being close to two barriers for the low end. So if you push too much bass and throw it in a corner, it can sound muddy. That's going back to the old subwoofer days. Corner loading the sub can tend to make it sound kind of muddy. So anyway, we're going to run this, and we're going to start at 40% volume, and we do have Mr. Hand on deck again to point out the speaker playing. Here we go, 40%.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Change track, go up to 60%, still on the Bose. Track, go up to 80%. Up to 100%. something rattle on the counter. Oh, that's not something rattling on the counter. You could hear that driver sound like it was really not doing something it's supposed to do. Sound like it was really getting completely compressed. All right, back to it. Let's lower the volume. Down to 80%. Hit it. Change track. Max volume, 100%.
I love the chase, like I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I need a bank or a button. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend of me. Maybe it's the chemistry, it's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can hold shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity.
Down to 60%.
It's mind over everything.
Down to 40%. There it is, folks. That's the comparison of the two. Now, throughout most of the range, the Soundcore is louder than the Bose. The Bose tends to be top-loaded, I call it, whereas the last 30% of the volume scale contains about 70% of the volume. So it's pretty quiet up until you get about 70%. Then it starts really getting louder. But you heard when you get to max volume, the Bose can struggle a little bit with some bass. And I even have the bass slider drop down one notch. The Soundcore holds together better, but it can get distorted also if you try to push too much. So the way it is now, it sounded pretty good, held together well. I still think the clarity and detail of the Bose sounds better. It's a really nice sounding speaker. So if you needed something kind of indoors, I think it's a good option. Outdoors, maybe not quite as much. These are both similar as far as max output goes for loudness, but the one elephant in the room is the price. The Soundcore is $129.99, $130. It was on sale recently. If you saw, I posted a deal just a little while back when it was on sale for $109.99. Whereas the Bose just come out recently and it's $400. So that's the big difference here. So just from my personal point of view, I would buy the Soundcore and not spend $400. But that's just me, not everybody. The Bose is like I said, it's a really nice speaker. It has good bass for what it is. It's just once you get to its limits on volume, it can struggle. But other speakers have been like that too. I'm maybe a little more critical of it, that it's a $400 speaker. Anyway, just my opinion on the matter. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, Soundcore for me, $110. I'll take that over $400, and I'll spend the rest of the money on other speakers. Go figure. Like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Do it today. It's free. It'll cost you nothing, and I guarantee you, Mr. Han and I will agree and tell you it's always worth every bit of nothing. We will catch you guys at the next one. Thanks for Mr. Han sitting in with us today, and Boba Fett and the Stormtrooper. We out.